This is the moment Apple never wanted you to see. Because behind closed doors, the world's most valuable tech giant has quietly taken a step that could send XRP erupting in a way the crypto space is absolutely not prepared for. And tonight, we're breaking the entire thing open. Welcome back to the XRP Insider Network, the only channel that digs past the headlines, past the narratives, and straight into the power moves shaping the future of money. If you're new here, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another explosive update, because what I'm about to reveal about Apple, Ripple, and a potential financial weapon hiding inside your iPhone could change everything you think you know about XRP. Now let's get into the fire. Whispers across Silicon Valley point to Apple accelerating its internal development around digital wallet interoperability, and multiple insiders claim that the company has quietly explored integrating institutional-grade settlement rails, not for Bitcoin, not for Ethereum, but for something far faster, far cheaper, and far more regulatory ready. Something that looks a lot like the XRP ledger. And before anyone says this sounds too wild, remember this. Apple has already positioned the iPhone as a global payments terminal with Tap to Pay, Apple Cash, Apple Wallet, and a back-end architecture designed to scale into the trillions. The missing piece is a cross-border settlement layer that matches Apple's obsession with speed and efficiency. And if you've been in the XRP community long enough, you know exactly what fits that profile. If that revelation just lit your brain on fire, drop a like right now because what's coming next gets even more insane. According to sources who've previously leaked accurate Apple Pay roadmap updates, Apple's financial engineering team has reportedly been evaluating multiple blockchain solutions for microsecond clearing, automated FX conversion, and cross-border tokenization. But the shocking part is that XRP is the only network that currently checks every box Apple requires. Low latency settlement, under 4 seconds, negligible fees, ESG-aligned energy usage, and compliance pathways that institutional players actually trust. And think about the timing. Ripple's massive global partnerships with banks, central banks, payment providers, and liquidity hubs are all reaching maturity at the exact same moment Apple is searching for a universal settlement standard for Apple Wallet 3.0. Coincidence? Or is Apple preparing to bridge every iPhone on Earth into a financial system that runs quietly, invisibly, and instantly through Ripple tech? If your head is spinning, comment, "I see it," because we're just starting to peel this open. Here's where the story turns from interesting to downright explosive. Recent patents filed by Apple reference multi-asset digital settlement layers, capable of routing value between traditional fiat rails and tokenized assets. And while the patents never explicitly name XRP, the described architecture aligns eerily well with XRPL functionality, including on-chain escrow, pathfinding, and trustless liquidity sourcing. And if Apple integrates a global liquidity protocol at scale, the game changes overnight, not for crypto traders, but for billions of consumers who won't even know they're interacting with blockchain tech. Imagine sending money internationally through iMessage, instantly, with no fees, powered silently in the background by XRP. Imagine Apple Pay automatically converting currencies in real time using Ripple liquidity. Imagine every iPhone becoming a node, not validating, but participating in a settlement network that dwarfs today's financial rails. This is what Silicon Valley insiders fear. Not that Apple will enter crypto, but that Apple will standardize crypto without ever saying the word. And the one network already engineered for this exact scenario? XRP. If this is blowing your mind, hit that subscribe button, because stories like this never make it to mainstream news until it's too late. But we uncover them early. Now here's the part the media will deny until it becomes impossible to hide. Apple is preparing for the era of tokenized everything. Stocks, bonds, currencies, rewards points, digital assets, identity. And the iPhone is becoming the universal interface for all of it. Ripple, meanwhile, is positioning XRP as the bridge asset for tokenized global liquidity. You don't need a conspiracy board to see how these puzzle pieces fit. Apple wants frictionless global payments. Ripple already built the infrastructure. Apple needs regulatory-ready technology. Ripple survived the harshest regulatory battle in crypto history. Apple needs speed. XRP is one of the few networks capable of scaling to enterprise-grade clearing. And when you combine Apple's reach with Ripple's rails, you get a financial weapon that could rewrite the entire global payments economy. But here's the twist almost no one is talking about. Several high-level tech analysts have reported Apple's behind-the-scenes meetings with major fintech partners, and Ripple-affiliated companies have been observed in the same conversations. Is that proof? No. But in Silicon Valley, strategic proximity often reveals more than public statements ever will. And this is why the XRP community is buzzing right now. Because if Apple integrates XRP at any level, even indirectly, the liquidity shockwave would be unlike anything the crypto world has seen. Billions of users, trillions in transactional volume. A global settlement layer running beneath the most widely used consumer tech ecosystem in history. If you're feeling the magnitude of this moment, hit like right now, because this is one of the biggest potential turning points we've ever discussed on this channel. And let's get brutally honest. Apple doesn't make moves that don't dominate industries. When Apple enters, they don't compete. They take over. And if they decide that XRP is the invisible plumbing for the next evolution of Apple Pay, Apple Wallet, and global micropayments, then the conversation around crypto's future changes overnight. Bitcoin becomes digital gold. Ethereum becomes decentralized infrastructure. But XRP becomes the backbone of frictionless global movement of money. The settlement layer Apple never built, but desperately needs to fulfill its next decade of growth. And if that sounds bold, remember that bold predictions used to be ridiculed right before they became obvious. So stay alert, stay curious, and stay subscribed to the XRP Insider Network, because the next few months could reveal the truth behind Apple's quiet payment empire, and whether XRP is the missing piece they've been preparing for all along. Smash like, drop a comment telling me what you think Apple's real plan is, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications, because the next video is going to connect even bigger dots. This is the XRP Insider Network, and we just exposed the story Apple hopes you overlook.